Hello YouTube, and about, man, 2 years ago, I did my PS2 collection video, and it's become one of my more viewed videos, and I've gotten a ton of requests over the years to, do another PS2 collection update video and whatnot, so I figured now was the time. I have a ton of games here. I have about 120 games on PS2, so forgive me if this video is going to be really long. I'm going to try and just go through them as fast as I can. My dog Duke is appearing in frame because he wants to be, so I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know where to start, so let's just start right here. Grab these stack at a time, I guess. Ton of games here. Duke, go lay down, buddy. Yeah, sorry about that. Duke was sleeping and then he woke up once I started talking. So first game, Persona 3. Love this game. Fantastic game. I did a review of it on this channel. Check that video out, please. Persona 4. Good game as well. Don't want to talk too much about it because I'll probably end up doing a review for that as well. Nightmare of Druaga. Fushigi no Dungeon. This is a mystery dungeon game, and I think you either love them or hate them. I kind of like a few of them, but this one's just a little too hard for my preference. This is based on Tower of Druaga, which is a old school Namco arcade game, so that's pretty cool. Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution. Fantastic 3D fighting game. This was one of, if not maybe the first fighting game I ever played, and it was a fantastic introduction to fighters. If you like fighting games, check this one out. Great game. Dot Hack Infection Part 1. I haven't played this yet. Yeah, I don't know. I just haven't gotten around to it. Star Ocean Till the End of Time. Not my kind of RPG. It's okay. I don't know. Sky Gunner. Have you ever bought a game and then been really glad that you bought it when you did? For me, that's Sky Gunner because it seems like as soon as after I bought this game just got really expensive. Like, when I got it, it was like a $20 game, and then like 2 months later, for some reason, it just became like a $60 game, which is, fine by me. But yeah, great game though. If you're into like Star Fox or what's that other one, Crimson Skies on Xbox, this is one to check out. It's like those, but with like an anime aesthetic. Haven, Call of the King. It's an okayish 3D platformer. Operation Spy. Yeah, so this is still sealed, and it'll probably forever be sealed. I found it for $2, and I don't know. I can't pass up a sealed PS2 game for $2. Yeah, sorry if I do this like weird thing where I'm like staring off into the camera. That's me grabbing more games. Soul Calibur 3. I love Soul Calibur. This is the game. This is like the worst one in the series, in my opinion. I just didn't like it. I don't know what it is, just certain mechanics. Alter Echo. I'd love to tell you guys about this game, but I never got to play it because the eBay seller sent it to me like that. Thankfully, this game's only like a $3 game, but yeah, just completely unplayable. I don't know. Maybe I can clean it, but I haven't tried. I don't like to mess with stuff like that. Tekken 5, great game. Yeah, fantastic fighter. Check it out. Tekken Tag Tournament. Another great Tekken game. Yeah, great game. Really fun. I'm trying to remember. God, this is a good game. Max Payne 1. Didn't care for it. iToy Play. I played this for about 10 minutes, and I mean, I didn't like it very much. It's basically just a minigame compilation for the iToy. The iToy was a cool idea in my opinion. But yeah, Full Metal Alchemist and the Broken Angel? Yeah, in the Broken Angel. Sorry, there's stickers all over this case, unfortunately. It's an okay-ish game. I love Full Metal Alchemist, so I've always wanted to play the Full Metal Alchemist games at one point. Let's see. Everywhere Road Trip. This is actually a really fun racing game, and that's actually saying a lot because I hate racing games. Yeah, just a really fun racing game. Check it out. It's got really cool art style, too. Oh god, this game's stuck. Snoopy and the Red Baron. Pretty good game. Again, it's kind of like Crimson Skies, but more stylish, I guess. Yeah, okay-ish game. Death by Degrees, starring Nina Williams. Basically enough, this is a beat-em-up starring Nina from Tekken, from the Tekken series. It's okay-ish. Kind of bad. Midway Arcade Treasures 2. This has to be one of the worst compilation discs. So like it has Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 and 3, and 2 is okay-ish. 3 is really bad. And then just like all these bad games on it, like god, it's like insane. That's got to be one of the worst compilation discs I've ever played in my life. Finny the Fish in the Seven Waters. I really like this game. It's really interesting and really unique. Yeah, definitely worth looking into. Very, very uncommon game too. You might want to, if you're a PS2 collector, you might want to pick this one up. Street Fighter Alpha Anthology. Pretty great. You've got Street Fighter Alpha 1 through 3 on here, plus, what is it, Super Gem Fighters, which is a pretty fun little game too. Yeah, check it out. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. It's an okay-ish game. Yeah, it's actually like, yeah, it's a pretty good little movie-based game, you know? Dual Hearts. I haven't played this one yet, but it looks really cool. Yeah, it looks like a Zelda clone, and, I mean, I like Zelda, so, yeah. Future Tactics: The Uprising. This is kind of like a PS2 version of Valkyria Chronicles, and I love Valkyria Chronicles, so this is a pretty cool game. You might want to, I don't know, you might want to look into this one. Do I have the manual for it? Yeah, I do. Cool. Sorry, some of these games, like, they just feel hollow for some reason, and I don't know, I always forget which games I have and don't have manuals for. Taito Legends 1. I don't like it. The games on this are all like super old arcade games, and I'm just not into arcade games from, you know, from like way, way back in the day. You know, I don't mean to upset anybody, but yeah. Taito Legends 2, way better than the first one. Way more games that interested me. Some really great games in here. Darius Guidance, awesome. Elevator Action Returns is pretty good from what I remember. And then the big one was, what was it? Raiden Triad? No, it was, I forget what the really big great game in this was. God, I forget, my bad. But yeah, definitely worth looking into. A little bit of an uncommon PS2 game as well. Alien Hominid. I didn't like it. Yeah, I didn't like it very much. It's basically a harder version of Contra, and I don't know. I just didn't like it. There's too much just like, it just felt too cheap to me. Like the difficulty just did not feel balanced in my opinion. SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain. Some people say this is the best wrestling game. I don't agree with that. I do think it's a very good wrestling game, but not the best. Very good game though. Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne. Why did I buy the sequel to the first game that I didn't like very much? Oh, I didn't like it though. Metropolis Mania. I actually just watched a video on this game where they called it the worst PS2 game ever. I didn't think it was that bad when I played it. I thought it was semi-decent. The graphics are awful. But I thought the game, like the gameplay itself was fine. Here we go. This is one of the worst PS2 games. Final Fantasy X. I hate this game. I cannot stand it. I actually went as far to play through half of the game this year. In like January. And I still hated it. Bad game. Final Fantasy 12. This is a great game in my... from what I remember, it's been forever since I played this, though. It has been... I don't know. I haven't played this since it came out. So, like, 2006? I don't know. It's been way too long since I've played this game. I wouldn't mind giving it another... playthrough, but... I'm probably just gonna wait and pick up one of the HD versions of it. Endgame. This is a light gun game on PS2. I don't own a light gun. Twisted Metal Black. Pretty good. You know, I just don't like car-based games. Like, I don't know. I just don't like stuff like that. Mega Man X Collection. Fantastic. Yeah, like, you've got Mega Man X1 through X6, and, I mean, Mega Man X1 through 4 are great games, so, yeah, this is only like $10 too, so definitely worth picking up in my opinion. Atari Anthology. Not really into Atari games, but got a ton on here. I think you've got like, I think it's like 100 games on here, so it might be one worth looking into if you're into Atari. I'm not though. Gosh, this game always messes me up with the name. Magic Pengal, The Quest for Color. This is actually a pretty unique game because it's a 3D platformer where you like design your character and everything. Really unique game. Pretty cool game. Check it out. A little bit uncommon though, sadly. SOCOM. I bought this only because I used to play it, you know, back in the day when I was a kid and everything, and I loved it. You know, it's just not the same playing it by yourself, sadly. Naruto Ultimate Ninja. I love Naruto, but this is a kind of meh 3D fighter. Under the Skin. This is another, like, this is one of those games I don't remember very much about, but I remember it being very unique and liking it. Yeah, this is one to check out though. Gosh, I gotta put that game in because I remember it's super unique. I just don't remember if I liked it or not, sadly. Sly 2, Band of Thieves. I haven't played this one yet. I played it back in the day when I was a kid, and I didn't like it, but I haven't played it since then. I don't know. Maybe I'll like it now. Shrek Super Slam. This is actually a really fun, really dumb fun, like Smash Brothers Power Stone clone. Yeah, actually, like a really fun game. If you want like a really fun meme party one night with your friends, that's a game to get. Airblade. I don't remember anything about this. Yeah, it's Airblade, I guess. Aggressive Inline. This is a weird game because this is a Tony Hawk Pro Skater clone. This is like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, the inspiration for that game. Yeah, believe it or not. But with roller skates, not for me. I don't like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, sadly, so, yeah. Shepherd's Crossing. If I remember correctly, this is a Harvest Moon clone. I might be wrong, but looking at the pictures on the back, this looks like a Harvest Moon clone. I'm probably wrong, though. I I didn't like it though when I played it. I don't know. Maybe I should give this one another go. King of Fighters 11. I don't like King of Fighters very much. It's just, I don't know. It's just having to use 3 characters in a fighting game just isn't very ideal, in my opinion. Like, it's part of the reason why I don't like Marvel vs. Capcom very much either, or Dragon Ball Fighters. Like, having to learn just 1 character is bad enough, but having to learn 3 characters at one time is just very overwhelming, in my opinion. So, I don't know. This just isn't my kind of game. Resident Evil Code Veronica X. I didn't like it on Dreamcast, and I don't like it here either. This is a bad game in my opinion. It just all comes down to the one huge problem of you can literally end up on the wrong side of the map, and the game will do nothing to stop you. It's kind of hilarious. Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith. God, that's such a bad name for something. But yeah, I don't know. It was a beat 'em up. It's kind of forgettable. I wouldn't even say check it out if you're a Star Wars fan. Destroy All Humans. I really like this game. I don't really tend to like these open world games, but yeah, I really like this one though. This one's really cool. Mostly because you play as an alien and it's really comedic. God of War. Great game. Yeah, there's not much else I can say about God of War besides great game. And then God of War 2. I think it's better than the first game. I don't know, I just remember I like the level design more in this one. Great games. I think God of War is one of the few series that hasn't really had any bad games. At least I don't remember any bad ones. Metal Gear Solid 3. Snake Eater. I don't like Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I own Metal Gear Solid 1 through 3, but I don't like Metal Gear Solid. Transformers. I haven't played this yet. Transformers the game. I haven't played this yet. This is actually the wrong Transformers game. I don't like Transformers very much, but there's 2 or 3 Transformers games on PS2, and there's one called just Transformers. And that one's supposedly really good. This one's called Transformers the game, and this was the wrong one. I haven't played that one yet, though. That one's, I guess, pretty bad, from what I was reading. Indigo Prophecy. This is David Cage's, one of his first games, and it's definitely a David Cage game. Take that as you will. Black. This is a first-person shooter that got a ton of hype back when it first came out, and nowadays, it's a pretty decent first-person shooter. It's not bad. It's not good. Just that. One thing I will say is that it has motion blur and oh, that's awful. Kill Switch. This is a cover shooter, like a third-person cover shooter. I'm just not into cover shooters very much, or else maybe I'd like it more. I don't know. Alright, so my camera clipped out right there. My camera tends to go, it'll record for 30 or 20 minutes, and then it'll clip out. So, sorry about the weird jump, I guess, but yeah. Mortal Kombat Deception. I don't remember... I remember this being a bad fighting game, I think it had very bad mechanics, is what I remember. It was bad mechanics and just very easy to break and things like that. Speaking of bad fighting games, Tekken 4. This has to be the worst Tekken game. It maybe... Man, this is such a bad game. You can do just infinites by just, hitting opponents against the wall. It's insane. All you have to do is look up how to do, I think it's a high-medium combo, no, low-medi combo, fudge. It's a, basically enough. You can just do infinites by pushing somebody against the wall and pressing low punch, light punch. Gosh, that's hilarious. Jam Pack 2002. I don't know why this is in my collection, I guess, or in my games. It's Jam Pack. It's a demo disc. It's cool to an extent. Contra Shattered Soldier. It's okay. Yeah, like, my main issue with this game is that it's too much, like, boss-centric. Like, this game is just boss rush mode, the video game. Like, it really misses those things that make Contra great, in my opinion. Like, that quick twitch action gameplay, that thinking on your feet, that's not here. It's... I just don't like fighting, like, 50 bosses in a row. Like, it's just... It takes away the fun from bosses. Onimusha 2. I actually haven't played this one yet. Yeah, I should pop this one in sometime. Onimusha 3. I have played this one. This one's great. That's why I should play Onimusha 2. Maybe the story would make sense, too, if I played Onimusha 2. Onimusha Dawn of Dreams. I haven't played this one either. Sorry. There's a ton of games in here, you guys. I'm sorry. I don't have time to play everything. I try to, though. I try to be a better person about playing games nowadays. SSX. This is a pretty good game. My main issue with it is that it's more of a racing game than it is, like, doing tricks and stuff. I wish it was more about just doing tricks. Mercenaries 2. This has to be one of the worst PS2 games I've ever played. This is just awful. Yeah, I bought this because I remember back in the day, the first Mercenaries game is really good, but this is really bad. I guess I'll have to get the first one. Super Trucks Racing. It's a racing game where you race as truck. Yeah, I hate racing games. This is another bad game. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Don't worry, I have a complete box copy. This is just one that I ended up with somehow. Tokobot Plus. This is a weird game. And it's weird because of the collectability of it, I guess. Okay, so when I first got this game, it was like $10, which is about, in my opinion, what this game should go for. This is a $10 game, okay? Then weirdly enough, it for a while it was in like $60, $70, and I was like, what the heck? Because this is not a $60, $70 game, it's a $10 game. It's a 3D platformer. If you ever played like Ratchet and Clank, there are those Clank sections where you tell the robots what to do. This is pretty much a full game of that. So if you didn't like those, you might not like this one. It's okay-ish. It kind of reminds me of Ape Escape in a way. I don't know how, though. Siphon Filter, the Omega Strain. This is a pretty good third-person shooter. Kind of wish Sony would bring back Siphon Filter. I just feel like it'd be so random. Tetris Worlds. I love Tetris, and I'm actually pretty good at it, too. This is not my favorite Tetris game, though. I don't know, I just don't like the aesthetic very much. I don't know, like, if you've ever played that game, you know what I'm talking about. Hopefully. Turok Evolution. It was this game that killed Turok, right? Yeah, I think so. This is a very mediocre shooter. I don't know about kill a franchise a little bad, but like that box art, I mean, come on. That has to be some of the worst box art. Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law. This is pretty much Ace Attorney, believe it or not. This was made by, Capcom and everything. Yeah, this is pretty much just Ace Attorney, but with Harvey Birdman instead. I actually don't like Ace Attorney or games like Ace Attorney very much, but, this is a unique game to have, though. And I do like unique games. Let's see. Shin Megami Tensei Digital Devil Saga. Blah, that's a long title. I haven't played this. I've actually heard this is better than Persona 3 and 4. I'll be the judge of that. Looks interesting. Look really cool though. Definitely love the art style. Medal of Honor Frontline. So for a while, Medal of Honor was actually like the #1 first-person shooter, and then like Call of Duty was like this really distant second. And nowadays, I don't think anyone knows what Medal of Honor is. Like, I think if you went up to a normal God-fearing human being, they'd be like, "What's Medal of Honor?" This is actually the really fun first-person shooter. At least I liked it. I don't know. I have a lot of nostalgia behind that game. Kingdom Hearts 1. Good game. Yeah, good game overall. Not fantastic or anything. Good game. Really solid first entry, though. Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories. I don't like this game very much. It's not bad. It's just very meh to me. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a very meh game. It's better on the Game Boy Advance, in my opinion, at least. Then naturally, we have Kingdom Hearts 2. I have 2 copies of it. I have, the initial foil cover. You guys probably can't make that out. And then the greatest hits copy. Yeah, it's Kingdom Hearts 2. It's probably my favorite video game of all time. I don't know. I can't really put it into words how much I love this game. This is just one of, if not in my opinion, the greatest game of all time. Fantastic game. I own every game in the Kingdom Hearts series because of that game. Sorry, you guys. It's taking me a second to grab this next snack. Here's another game I own 2 copies of for some reason. Jak and Daxter. So the thing is this is my first copy, and it's in bad shape and everything. And then this is my second copy, and this one didn't come with the manual. It came with a fold-out poster. Yeah, I don't know. I've got to get rid of one of these sometime. But yeah, this is a pretty good 3D platformer. Yeah, it's just like pretty good. It's like open world and it has no load time, so that's really cool in my opinion. But yeah, pretty good game. Loved it when I was a kid though. Jak 3. I don't have Jak 2 because Jak 2 freaking blows, but Jak 3 is fantastic though. Jak 3 takes like everything good about Jak 1 and then everything bad about Jak 2 in like, well, okay, everything good about Jak 1 and then everything good about Jak 2 and then combines it, and it's just this awesome game. Great game. Jak 3 rules. Gauntlet. 7 Sorrows. This is like, if for some reason they decided to reboot Gauntlet and they make it super edgy, not a good game, I guess. At least not in my opinion. I didn't like it. The Suffering. I've never played it, but man, this game looks scary. By scary, I mean it just looks cheesy. I love cheesy games. I've never played this before. I've heard it's actually not very good. Cold Winter. I've played this. A lot of people told me this was like a hidden gem on the PS2. I don't like it very much. I don't know. It just didn't flow with me, I guess. Quinoa 2 Lunatea's Veil. Fantastic game. Quinoa 1 and 2 are like 2 of the best games of their generations, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, fantastic game. Definitely worth checking out. A little bit uncommon, but that's fine. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. It's somehow worse than Chamber of Secrets somehow. I don't know, like, graphics are worse. At least I thought they were worse. Yeah, I just found this to be worse somehow. Sorry. Like, how do you go backwards in quality? SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. This was the follow-up to SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, and it's it's pretty good. In a lot of ways, it's just an expansion pack of Here Comes the Pain. So if you liked Here Comes the Pain, by all means, you're like that game. Tony Hawk Underground. I don't know. After 4, in my opinion, after 3, in my opinion, Tony Hawk just kind of fizzled out for me. Ratchet and Clank. The first game of a great series of games. In my opinion, this is the weakest of the series. There's no strafing, which just kills the game, in my opinion. It's a very meh level game, in my opinion. But Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, fantastic game. Just great stuff here. If you like shooters, this is definitely one to look into. Love the guns and stuff. This is just such a creative series. And naturally, of course, Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal. This is actually my favorite of the trilogy, mostly because this is the one that is the most, I guess, gun heavy. Like, I don't know, this is the one with the most shooting parts, and yeah, like, Going Commando is a great game, don't get me wrong, but like, it has too much filler, in my opinion. SpongeBob SquarePants the movie. I've played this on GameCube, actually. I own it on GameCube too. I played it more there, for some reason, I don't know why. It's a 3D platformer, but it's pretty good. I'd check it out. Metal Gear Solid 2. I don't like Metal Gear Solid. I don't like Hideo Kojima's games. I don't know why I own this. Fire Pro Wrestling Returns. This is probably a runner-up from Here Comes the Pain for best wrestling game on the PS2. It's just an insane game. Like, you can customize just so much stuff. Like, there's so much creativity in like the Fire Pro games. It's crazy. This is a great game. God, I wish like Fire Pro would come out on like Switch or something. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses. So this will probably, surprise no one. I was huge into Yu-Gi-Oh! Back in the day, and I've always wanted a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game where it's like the sets that I played from. So I played up until the 5Ds era, and then that's when I got out of Yu-Gi-Oh! So I've always been looking for, the games like that, but there aren't a lot of them. A lot of good ones from what I've found. So I figured I'd give this one a shot, and it's actually not like TCG at all. This has its own made-up rules. I didn't like it. Castlevania Lament of Innocence. This is a great game, in my opinion, at least. Love the art style. Love the, what else was it? This is like, okay. This is like a 3D version of the NES style of Castlevania. The action platformer ones. And I actually like the action platformer style of Castlevania more than I like the, Metroidvania style. This is like a 3D style of those games, so if you're like me, you'd probably like those ones. Castlevania Curse of Darkness. I haven't played this one yet, and the reason why is because I haven't beaten Lament of Innocence yet. And, we'll wait till I beat Lament of Innocence, then play this one. I hope it's like, Lament of Innocence, though. Dragon Quest VIII. This is a fantastic JRPG. If you're into RPGs, especially ones from this era, the PS2 era, this is one to check out, definitely. Fantastic game. Alright, we're finally on the last stack. Tales of the Abyss, another fantastic RPG. I love this freaking game. Great game. I've been playing through that too recently. Tales of Legendia. I just got this earlier this week. Oh, sorry. And it seemed like more of this, not more of the same from Tales of the Abyss, but it seemed like another solid game. The Tales series is so great in my opinion. Rygar. This is pretty much God of War, believe it or not, before God of War. Yeah, not as flashy though, from how far I've gotten into the game. Not as flashy. Headhunter. Okay, so I'm not familiar with this version, but I'm familiar with the Dreamcast version. And the Dreamcast version is one of my favorite Dreamcast games, so and I've heard that this is just like a one-to-one port of the Dreamcast version, so yeah, I got this because I wanted to play it. I wanted to play, the game. It's not a very long game. It's only like a 10-hour game. But yeah, so I want to play it again, and I didn't feel like, at the time I didn't have a region-free Dreamcast. Now I do, thankfully. And I just didn't feel like doing the disc swap and everything. Yeah. Kaya, the Dark Lineage. This is a game I wish I knew. This is a game that I found out about, and I wish I would have known nothing about it, because as soon as I found out about it, I kept seeing it end up on all these lists of, like, most underrated PS2 games and stuff like that, so I started to get excited to play it. I got it, and it's just kind of like, yeah, in my opinion, it's a very very forgettable 3D platformer. Jam Pack 2001. It's another demo disc. I don't know. I love collecting demo discs, you guys. I'm sorry. They end up in my collections then. Hurdy-gurdy. I actually was just playing this yesterday. I got about 3 or 4 hours into it. I did not like it one bit. Oh god. The graphics are awful in this game. Yeah, I didn't like it. It's... oh god. That game's bad. NFL Street 2. This is a great game. If you're into a football game, if you're into, like, arcade football style games, this is a fantastic game. Yeah, check this one out, definitely. Ace Combat 5. I haven't played it. Yeah, I've heard good things about Ace Combat. Just never played it. Bloody Roar 3. I don't think I like Bloody Roar very much. It has this weird, like, cult following, but I think, like, I don't know, I think it's very unbalanced because, like, all you're essentially doing in the game is just hoping that you turn into monster form so that way you can actually win. Yeah, the game just seemed... Okay, sorry about the awkward, I don't know, about that just random jump. Again, sorry, it's... My camera has a time limit and everything. Let's just try and get through this as fast as we can now. Pinball Hall of Fame, the Gottlieb Collection. I don't like pinball very much. Not saying it's bad, I just don't like pinball myself. Scalar. This is actually a great 3D platformer. But I didn't beat it though because there's this awful turn section in this game, and yeah, you gotta beat the turn section to advance. I got like 2/3 of the way through, though. This is a great 3D platformer. Definitely worth picking up. Sly Cooper and the Phoebeus Raccoonus. This is a fantastic game. Yeah, I love everything about this. I loved it when I was a kid. Love it now. Love the art style and everything. Great game. Definitely check that one out if you somehow have it. Capcom Classics Collection. I don't know. Like, I just don't like arcade games. Like, I don't know. They're all, like, super hard and everything. Yeah. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. This is the only Grand Theft Auto that I like. And yeah, like I said, I have a complete box copy. I don't know why, that's the only one I like. Crash Twinsanity. I didn't like this game. This is one of the few Crash Bandicoot games that, after like the initial 3 that always interested me, but yeah, I didn't like it. Maybe that's why I never played it. Rondia 3. I haven't played this one yet. Sorry, you guys. Heard it's really good and everything. Just haven't gotten around to it. Yeah. I recently have been in a big mood to collect PS2 RPGs, which is kind of a downfall because, you know, in order to play an RPG takes, you know, hundreds of hours and everything. So, sorry. Neo Contra. So weirdly, this was more akin to a regular Contra game than Contra Shattered Soldier, but I actually like this one less. Mostly because this one's like an over-the-top shooter, and I just didn't think it worked well, honestly. Yeah, like, I didn't think this game's mechanics worked very well, so I didn't enjoy it. Win-back Covert Operations. If you've ever wondered where, like, Resident Evil 4 got its, you know, over-the-shoulder camera thing from, this is the game. Besides that, I don't think it's actually aged very well. Really hate the way how the character moves. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's aged very well, honestly, you guys. Look, I was playing that one yesterday, and, Win Back 2, Project Poseidon. This one I think has aged better, but worse in some regards. Like, I don't know, the graphics I think are worse than the original. Yeah, I just didn't like this one as much. Xenosaga Episode 1. I haven't played this one yet. It's probably like the 15th time I've said that, but sorry. I actually have good reason though. I want to wait until I have, so this is the first game, there's 2 more. I want to get Episode 2 and 3 before I play the Xenosaga games. I've heard they're great, and I'm a huge fan of Xenoblade Chronicles, so, you know. Maximo, Ghosts to Glory. This is a fantastic game. I love this game. Man, I wish Capcom would remake that one. Maximo Army of Zin. This is another fantastic game. Yeah. Alright guys, so that was probably, I don't know, like a 50-minute video. If you stuck around to the end, I mean, man, thank you a lot. But yeah, so that's my PS2 collection. If you guys want to see any of my other collections, just let me know in the comments. If you like this video, like it down below. Subscribe for more, and follow me on Twitter at Bandicoot as well. Have a wonderful night, YouTube, and peace.